Standing.
Hey, where are my dads at, dude? When are they gonna get on? When are my fathers?
Which, who's who? Who's what? Alright. Okay, since you'll be on Final Fantasy shortly, you should not go ahead on Final Fantasy. You should come play Grand Theft with us. Can I hear you? Can I hear you? Nope, I can't hear you. Oh, sup bitches and bastards. Who's the bitch? World is somehow shifted. Shifted.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes,
Yes.
dude. Fuck yes, dude. I'm a hacker. All my life, I'm a hacker, dude. I know how to fucking reset my network, dude. I'm such a hacker.
There's 3 people in here.
Already?
I can show you the world.
3 people streaming or 3 people in your
No, 3
lobby?
people in my lobby.
In your labooby?
Yeah.
Sick, 420, bro. Alright, I will be in that lobby shortly.
Oh, it sounds wonderful. I like to hear that, you know. Do I wonder...
Did you hear what I asked you before it, like, cut out?
No.
I was like, where's my dad's at? What time do my fathers get online?
Yeah. Well, Juliana, if you're very much ruder, I'm gonna bend you over my knee and spank you, and you're gonna like it.
Jesus Christ, dude, she's like 14. Just the visual that popped in my head, and I did not like it. And I did not like it. Speaking of fathers, dude, my dad texted me today.
Really? What'd Jay say?
Oh my god, dude. So, let me give you a little bit of backstory. Okay, so after that whole Fallout thing I told you about a while back with, my grandma, his mom, and him, and all that other drama shit on Father's Day, right?
Right.
After all that, his friends have been texting me.
Yes, that's Austin.
A few family members have been texting me. Hi, Juliana. How you doing? You got a babysitter over right now looking after you? Or are you just all by yourself? Anyway. So, I hadn't talked to him in a good minute since all this shit's been going down. Because, to be honest, I mean, his friends are telling me one thing, obviously, to, try and mend this whole thing together. I'm hearing other things from other side, other people in the family that are telling me the opposite thing, right? So, I mean, I'm just having to go off of, bits and pieces of what I believe are the truth, because at this point I really don't know what's bullshit and what's not. So I'm just kind of piecing together, my truth, if you will, and trying to make sense out of this whole thing. And a long story short, he's been texting me, trying to, talk to me again, and I just haven't responded, because to be honest with you, I don't really know what to think at this point. So I just kind of decided, hey, it'll be better if I just don't talk to him, Just let bygones be bygones. Let me do my shit, he can do his,
Right.
And he texted me today and was like, hey, please call Uncle Rusty or Aunt Michelle or Uncle Marlon so that they can tell you the truth, quote unquote. It hurts so bad that you don't love me enough to at least give me my side, to at least give me my side of the story. I saw you sent Dan. I'll always love you and be there for you if you need me. Goodbye. I'm going to go ahead and leave. I've been waiting to see you before I leave. So, here's two things I've depicted from that text message. Okay, we're gonna do a little therapy session with you.
Hang on just a second. Hang on just a second.
Yeah.
Hi, MK. Yeah. All right, now go ahead and go.
Okay, that was good. Hey, MK. Welcome to our therapy session. It's open to everyone. But yeah, so there were two things I got from that text. First thing was, what month are we in right now? April? Oh God.
Yeah.
April.
No,
okay,
it's not
so
April.
August.
No.
Oh, gee. Okay, August. August. So he had told me that he was leaving at the end of June, which was almost 2 months ago now. So, I mean, that right there, that's a lie. He was telling me he's going to leave to go to Idaho at the end of June. Here it is, August, and he's just now, quote-unquote, leaving. I bet you he still hasn't left, and he's not going to leave, but that's just my guess. So, he already, in a way, admitted he lied about leaving, at least until now he's leaving all of a sudden. I don't know. And he was like, yeah, I'm bringing all these moving trucks and stuff. He bought a moving truck, right? He told his quote-unquote, roommate that he was leaving on a certain date. I guess he's been living with them for this whole time. But anyways, yeah, so he's just now leaving. So that was the big what the fuck about this whole thing. And then, how he's telling me to talk to all these people in the family and get their side of the story. That way, they can, I don't know, I guess sway me to the, that's a terrible way to say it, but sway me to the dark side, if you know what I mean. Like, try and get me to listen to his side of the story.
So
yeah.
My question to you is what's the deal with not giving him the benefit of the doubt? I mean, I know he's got a very sketchy background. I know your dad. I actually really do know your dad. I mean, I've driven in the same car with him, like, far distances. But, I mean, do you just not trust the man that much to give him the benefit of the doubt? Or do you...
Before I answer your question...
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that I'm not trying to sway you one way or the other. I just want to know how you feel and why you're feeling it. Because, I mean, it's up to you what you want to do with Jay. Because Jay can be a douchebag sometimes. Right. And I know that. And I'm just wondering what's the deal behind all that. Oh, God, don't join me, by the way. I'm trying to find a different
I was about
lobby.
to say that. I was like, dude, I just saw the people that were in your lobby, and one of them is Happy Mom 1234. I was like, what the fuck? Looks like you got a girlfriend, bro. You don't even know it.
Hang on a minute. Oh God, I want to say something. I want to send her a message. Hang on a minute.
I'm gonna go find a new session. To be honest, like this whole situation where, I mean, to give you a reminder on kind of what happened. So, I mean, his mom was, taking a trip with him, whatever. Right. They were going down to Idaho, the whole thing with the weed or whatever. Like, that whole situation to me, not really a big deal, right? I mean, people smoke pot. I don't give a shit, right? I mean, shit, I've even done it myself. I'm not like, ooh, anti-pot. No, that's not the position I'm taking. My biggest thing is that, like, I guess this was, like, almost like an eye-opener for me, in a way. Like, I mean, I know I've seen a lot of bad shit that he's done, right? And just kind of blown it off and, being like, hey, that's my dad, right? Nothing I can really do about it. But now that, like, I'm 19, right? I'm about to be 20. Realizing the kind of shit that he's constantly doing, and like it. Influence to do things that aren't going to benefit my life, if that makes sense. I mean, just thinking about it, like, a great quote is like, birds of a feather flock together, right?
Right.
And if I'm hanging out with, people like my dad, or, even, not even that, just my dad alone, I mean, on paper, he's not a successful guy. And I'm not saying, oh, you're a bad person if you're not successful, I'm not saying that in any way. He's a good person. He's a happy-go-lucky happy person, I guess, right?
Right.
And it's just like I just don't see anything positive coming out of hanging out with him. I mean, other
What do
than just
you
hanging out with my dad.
what do you measure success by?
I, it's not even like money. It's not even like a certain job status. Like, I mean, just the dude didn't go to college. Like, he failed out of
Okay.
college. From what he told me, barely went through high school. Um, and every day that I hang out with him, he's always telling me about how things are so tough for him, and that he wishes he had done this, wishes he had done that, and still I see the dude just at his age, doing nothing, smoking pot, just barely making it. And I'm just like, man, I don't want to end up like that. Is more or less what
Right.
I'm getting at. But at the same time, like the more, don't get me wrong, like I like hanging out with him when there's not problems, or when there's not drama or whatever the case. Like I don't care how much money he's got. But in the end of the day, like it feels bad for me to be like, yeah, that's my dad. Like I hate to admit that he's my dad. If that's, I mean, that sounds fucking terrible to say, but I mean that's
Okay.
to be honest exactly how I feel.
I never finished college. I never. I mean, I didn't do any of those things. And but I mean, I don't necessarily think I'm not successful.
Kind of what I mean by that is like I'm not measuring success on like, hey, you did that, hey, you did this. I mean, what I'm kind of saying is like he just doesn't, I feel like have any goals in his life. Like every time I
Oh,
talk to him, it's, I don't know, man.
well,
Like I
isn't
don't
he
know how to
moving?
describe it. Like,
Isn't he moving away to try and do something with his life, or is he just trying to get away because something's legal in that state and he wants to be around that certain substance?
that might be it. I don't even know Idaho state laws on that, but from what it sounds like to me, he's just looking to get away.
Okay, okay.
His well,
What's
now
the reason behind that?
his excuse is, hey, I don't like it here. I came here to be with you, right? To live with you, and to get my custody with you. And now that you're older, he doesn't like it here in Texas for whatever reason. I guess he prefers the scenery of Idaho. I guess I don't know. He's wanting to go back to where he was born. Is his reasoning.
Okay, I'm good, by the way, MK. Um, when people are agreeing with you, like Julian says, I understand entirely, and then Red says, well, learn from his mistakes. Did you find a lobby yet?
I did. Yeah, I'm in one with just two people, me and myself and someone else.
All right.
But I don't know. Like, I mean, do I think it's right for me to just cut him off entirely? I don't know. I mean, it's
I
definitely
mean,
easier. I can tell you that much. Not having to, I guess, check in with him all the time, and
but
hear all these different things going on.
what's the? I mean, if you don't trust what he says, and I mean, what do you mean checking in with him? I mean, it's like, I get where you're coming from. I'm not trying to tell you that you shouldn't. I'm just like, if it was my case and you were my son, and I made the mistakes that he had made, and of course I probably wouldn't because I'm a completely different person than your dad is, but because having kids is something that I've always wanted, and I would have never given up anything to not have my kids, but um, that's a totally different story. I understand where you're coming from about not wanting to hang out with your dad and whatnot, but I mean, you as an individual need to find peace with your dad and the things that he's done, because in the long run you're going to want that relationship no matter how shitty it is. You're going to look back on your life and you're going to say, okay, I just, he's your dad, he's your father. And to be honest with you, I'm going to share a little bit about my life. I met my real dad one time. He didn't want to have anything to do with me. He didn't want nothing to do with me whatsoever. And so I mean, that's fine. I have someone that I call dad, he's my stepdad. He actually adopted me, and you know, that's fine. But you know, I still would. I've always wondered what it would be like to know my real father, and you have that chance. So, you know, not having that chance to know your real father really sucks. I mean, it's like, you know, it makes you not realize what you truly have until it's not there. And so, if he's actually trying to make an effort to be in your life, even though it's small, and that he wants to just text you, and you know, or
What you need, boss? Some
whatever
wheels?
he's,
I can bring them round.
you know, whatever he's bringing, you know, bringing to the table. I mean, weigh it out,
It's
and
coming at you.
see what, you know, what it's worth to you. You know,
Got you.
you know, because it's that you're gonna want that relationship in the long run.
Yeah, I guess. I've always thought about it kind of short term, because I mean, right? Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like right now, I'm just like, man,
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about it, whatever. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Man,
You
it was
know,
crazy. Last night I was watching this documentary about a dude named oh god, I think it was like Tony Robinson or something on Netflix, and he's like a psychologist, right?
right?
And he's got this big seminar thing he does every year with like 25,000 people, and everyone comes down. They're paying like almost $5,000 to come to this dude's seminar to literally just talk to people about like destiny and like all this stuff, like problems that are going on. And anyway, long story short, he does this thing in like a part of his seminars where he'll pick someone out of the crowd. And it's like his testimony, if you will. And he'll say, you know, what's your problem? You know, some people will give you little surface level things like, oh, I want to be better with my diet, da 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 da. But like, he'll sit there and break it down to the core, like try and find what is the problem that like ultimately like affects people's daily life. And for most of them, it's, you know, this happened in my childhood, or this is the relationship I have
Yes.
with my mom or my dad, and you know, it continually eats away at them, and it causes other problems and shit. So that for me like was crazy, because there was this one scenario where this girl was in the audience, and you know, from her personality and stuff, she seemed very nice, very driven, you know, she was very motivated, and she was the person who was like, yeah, I want to, you know, help my diet or whatever. And he broke her down and was like, okay, what's your relationship with your dad? And she was like, well, you know, he's got problems, right? He does drug, you know, he has drug problems, whatever the case was. And, you know, she doesn't really talk to him a whole lot, and she, you know, so on and so forth. And by the end of the conversation, he's like, you need to blame your dad for all these things. You need to, well, that's a weird way to say it, but you need to have a conversation with your dad that essentially just, you know, describes what your you know, feelings and emotions are, and you know, why you think the way you think, whatever, you know, the case is, pretty much lay it out to that person, right? And have like a, you know, a serious heart-to-heart or whatever with her dad. So ended up, it was kind of a weird story, because she did it, and you know, apparently it worked out great, whatever, and now they're all good. And about 6 months later, the dad died, which is like super crazy. And,
Right.
We didn't get to hear the aftermath of what, you know, happened with all that, but yeah, apparently like they were connecting, and like 6 months later he died. Like it was unexpected too. No one really saw it coming. Yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting to watch that and like try and relate that to my shit. It was interesting.
So my question to you is, are you mad at your dad? And here's where it's about to get really deep. I'm gonna lay it out there, because
Yeah.
I mean, so go ahead. Are you mad at your dad?
I mean, like, I'm not mad at him for what he did necessarily. Like, I'm more or less, like, to be honest, I'm just mad at the person he is. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like just I don't know. Like I said earlier, like I almost feel embarrassed to like admit that he's my dad. Like I
Right.
don't know. I don't
So
know.
you feel like there's nothing that he's done to make you go, you know what? That's my dad. That's the man I can call dad. That's the man I'm proud of. That's the man that, you know what? I love this man because of the things that he's done, or things that he's accomplished. Well, and that's fair. That is fair. But the question is, what is that having an effect on your life? How is that affecting you? Is that changing you as a person? Is that changing you as a human being? And who's to say that it is or it isn't? But I'm just going to draw you a little picture of what unforgiveness does to you. And this isn't just your dad. It could be other things that's happened to you in the past. Could be that your babysitter used to do bad things to you, or whatever it might be, that it feels like it is holding you back to succeed in life and to succeed in the things that you're trying to do. It's what I'm trying to say is that unforgiveness can change you as a person. No matter who it's towards or who it just doesn't matter. If you have unforgiveness in your life, it's going to change you as a person. You're not going to be as happy. You're going to always be focused on that. Oh man, remember that time when that thing happened? Or I can't believe that happened to me. Instead of looking at it that way and letting it have control over your life, you should just say, you know what, I choose to forgive them, and I choose to get past this, and I want to be a better person than who I am now, and this is holding me back. And that could strongly be the case. And whether you want to forgive him or you don't want to forgive him, it's not for him that you're forgiving him, it's for you that you're forgiving him. And that's the thing. It will change you as a person if you let that unforgiveness just stay there over and over. It'll change you. You'll become bitter, and you'll become angry, and it'll eat you up inside. And
I
so,
hear you.
So I just suggest that you just let it go. If you want to have him in your life, have him in your life. If you just want to have a shallow relationship with him, just have a shallow relationship with him. If you want to cut him off for a while, cut him off for a while. But and this is my big thing, like you said about that lady who was starting to have a relationship with her dad, and then he died. What if, What if he was driving down the road in that new moving van that he just bought, and falls asleep and drives off of a bridge, and he's no longer with you? Will you have any regrets? And that's the thing that you really need to think about, is that you as an individual have the right
anything you need, boss,
to be who you're supposed to be. And if you feel like that relationship with your dad is holding you back or keeping you from being something, then you deal with it the way you feel like you need to deal with it. But I just suggest that you seek after that relationship, even not to the point to where it's destructing you, keeping you from being who you're supposed to be or what you're supposed to do. But I mean, at least try and be civil, because you don't want any regrets later in life. And I don't mean that just because I know your dad and just because I know who Jay is. No, that's not it. That's just in general.
Try to feel. Yeah, man, it's some deep shit.
I told you I was going to get deep on you for a second.
Both in finance.
And what I feel the worst about is I don't think he's a bad dad in any way. Like, I mean, when you were telling me stories about, the shit that's gone on in your life, like as a child, in your childhood and like all that stuff, like me trying to compare that to what happened to you is like, I mean, it's like night and day. Like, I can never say, oh, I went through any sort of like abuse or anything. Like, it's nothing on that caliber. So I mean, like, there's nothing I feel like I can like hold against him, because like he's not He's not a bad dad. It's just that I feel like I don't know. It's maybe just because he's not a good dad. I don't know. It's
Well, I
maybe
mean,
it's just the fact
also,
that like I can't think of anything he's done that I'm like, oh, I'm proud that he's my dad. I can't. I really can't.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What was Jay's childhood like? And think about that, and think about the things that he had shown as an example how to be a father, and how to show love, and if you can't see that he's had any kind of good example on how to do that, then you might want to show him just a tiny bit of a leeway in that situation. But if he's had a good example and he's still making those choices, to me, you have a right to be mad as hell.
Did I mention that I have an MBA?
The crazy thing is I know very little about that whole side of the family. I don't know if it's just because like I guess I grew up in the middle of a divorce, I guess, because my parents, got married and divorced like almost right after I was born. So I never really got to hear a whole lot of my dad's side of the family story, I guess. Because of that, like my mom got custody almost right away. I mean, for as long as I can remember. So I know just about everything that there is to know about, my mom's family. But man, I don't know jack shit about, my dad's mom's relationship and all that kind of stuff. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you a single. I've never asked my dad about it either, about his dad and stuff. Other than he'll tell me surface level stuff like yeah, he was a good guy, so on and so forth, but I don't really actually know.
Okay.
I don't know.
So, that might be something you might want to try and find out.
Our fearless
But
leader.
if they don't want to give you that information, then he really wasn't that good of a guy.
Gotcha.
Honestly, that's just the way you can judge it. What are we doing? Are we gonna do something? Or are we still gonna talk? I'm down to keep talking.
I'm picking up a car right now while we're talking.
Okay.
I know you kind of grew up with him a little bit. Is there anything you kind of picked up on from that side of
you have to
the
realize
family?
the only thing we did together was drugs.
Gotcha.
And
I can't even remember. I know you told me. How did y'all become friends again?
Ronnie,
Okay.
I knew Evan whenever he was a itty bitty baby because he lived with my sister Lee, and they lived actually. Lee and Ronnie lived together, and Jay would come over, and
Gotcha.
that's where I met him.
Gotcha. That makes more sense.
So
yeah, that's crazy too. Now I'm thinking about that. I don't know that. Huh.
What?
That like I don't know about my dad's family life other than hey, this is his dad and this is his mom. That's really all I know. Matter of fact, my parents may know some stuff about them. Because, shit, my mom dated the dude, so I'm guessing she would probably know something about his family, right?
Maybe. They seem to be pretty closed off. Like, he didn't give me a lot of information.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'll believe it when
Gotcha.
Call me when you got
So,
results.
I just registered as a CEO or CO because I'm going to steal a car real quick since you're still in the car.
Okay. Huh.
No,
I remember my mom was telling me something about Aunt Sue, or I guess Grandma Sue,
Yeah, Grandma
that I
said.
thought was kind of weird, yeah. She was telling me something about how she met her husband. It was something like she was dating someone and then ended up getting with their brother or something because he owned a bike, like a motorcycle, and I guess she thought that was cool and just married the dude or something. I don't know. It was a weird, weird scenario. That's really all I know about her. Like Aunt Sue, or my grandma Sue.
Details should be with you on this
Like she's
car.
a really sweet
It's
lady.
parked at that location.
I guess
This is
people
straightforward
could
enough.
change or
Let's
whatever,
get this
but
one back in good shape.
yeah, she's always been a sweet lady to me, so that's all I really know.
Right. Well, of course, everybody gets after they grow up a little bit and become who they can change. They can say, you know what, that's not me no more. And And I kind of think that's kind of what happened in your dad's case. You know, he might still be smoking pot, but I honestly don't think he's doing those hard drugs anymore, because if he was, then it'd be a completely different situation.
Yeah, and like, to be honest, it's not even about the drugs and, like, you know, what he's done or what he is doing. I like, it's just sad.
Well, I mean,
don't know.
You can't change who your dad is. You really can't.
No.
You can't. And even though it might not be something you're proud of right now, but he can change, and he might not ever change, and that could be the case as well. But you as a person need to get past that and love him for who he is, not for who he might be or who he could have been. You know what I'm saying? You can't change your dad. There's nothing you can do to change him. So instead of going, my dad's not this, my dad's not that, try and find something that he is, that you can be proud of, because it'll eat you up, and it sounds like it is eating you up, that you have nothing to be able to say to him or to other people. You know because you want your dad to be something that you can be proud of, and I hear that in your voice. I hear that, you know, and you know, it's easy to get caught up in my dad's not this, my dad's not that, and not actually look for something that he is, because I did it. You know, my childhood was nowhere close to being easy. You know about my dad being abusive.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom's dad was the same way. He was quite an abusive gentleman himself. So all the stuff I've heard about that, like, I guess I'm very fortunate to, you know, not have anything like that go on. I guess, you know, it's something else to think about. Right? And it's funny too, like, to be honest with you, I hadn't thought about it up until I watched that documentary with all that shit going on with those other people. I'm like, oh, wow, that's crazy, you know? I was like thinking about it a little bit. Made you scratch your nuts and think a little bit, you know?
Right.
But, yeah. Just thought it was weird. Thought I'd pick your brains on it.
Well, I hope I helped a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, something to think about anyway.
Yeah.
I don't mind talking about that kind of stuff, to be honest with you. I want to help. I don't want people to suffer. I don't want people to, but I'm also about having a good time as well, and you know that. I like to make people laugh.
True that. What's funny is in that documentary too, like, all the people who have gone, like, through, you know, some sort of, you know, I wouldn't say abuse, but, like, some, you know, some sort of unnatural, not as common scenario. Like, there's an example of this one lady who I guess was born in Brazil, that had gone and was raised into this church where they would worship God through having sex with people. And, like, they would force kids and stuff to, like, have sex with other people in order to, like, worship their God or whatever. So, like, it was really fucked up. And yeah, like, she you know, is a helping, like, she just has a helpful soul, you know. She just wants to help people. And, like, it's apparently that's pretty common with people who've gone through, like, you know, traumatic shit in their life, that they just want to, you know, be the complete opposite. They want to help people, you know, stay away from stuff like that. So, makes sense, though. I mean, absolutely, 100%. 100%.
And that car is securely warehoused. Come back and log on
Yeah,
to
that's,
Secure
like,
Serve
there's
if
some
you want
stuff
to
that,
take
like,
a pass
if you
at
got
another.
Netflix, highly would recommend watching that. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's a 2-hour-long thing, but man, is that a mind fuck in itself. It's crazy.
I don't like to do those kind of things. The reason why I don't like to do those kind of things is I don't get to put my opinion in.
Yeah.
I'm very opinionated when it comes to those kind of things, and if I don't agree with what was said, I'm going to say it. I don't agree with what you're saying. You know, I think, you know, it's easy to get caught up in the me, and not thinking about the us, or the we.
True.
You know, because the choices we have, it has... Oh, she wants to know what it's called, Austin.
Shit. I want to say it's Tony Robinson is his name. But if you look up, like if you search on Netflix, I'm Not Your Guru, it should come up. Or if you just start looking up I'm Not, it should come up. There's a dude and he's got a mic on his face. There's a picture. It's a damn good. I've watched it twice now. Not because like the shit he says is like out there or, you know, whatever. Like I think for me it's just the psychology behind it that really fascinates me about the whole thing. Just like understanding people's scenarios and like kind of how that affected their lives. Like that to me I think is probably the most interesting thing about it. And like the way he does it. Okay, the way he does it is like super interesting. The way he kind of picks people's brains and all this stuff, it's crazy. It's kind of weird how he does it, but man, it was cool. It was cool. But yeah, these people pay like $5,000 to go to this thing, and you know, there's 25,000 people, so the dude is making some good money off of this. But yeah, I think he's definitely a talented dude. It's crazy. Would recommend. There it is. Yeah, I watched it once by myself at like freaking 4 a.m. I started watching it at 2 a.m. and just got hooked until, you know, I finished the whole damn thing. And then after that, you know, I watched it with my girlfriend because I was telling her about it. And, you know, we couldn't figure out anything to watch. We started watching that, and like, I think she, you know, she liked it too. I think she's just like me. She likes the psychology behind it. But man, it's fascinating. It's hard to explain. Like, it's just such a fascinating show to watch. But yeah, if you ever got 2 hours, you're just trying to burn. That's definitely like it's an emotional journey too. Like just watching it, I was just like analyzing everything, like and listening to all these stories and stuff. Like it's sad, man. Some of these stories people are, you know, going through are really sad. And at the same time, there's just like normal people too that are just, well, I don't want to say normal people, but you know, I guess not as severe scenarios would be the correct term. Like those, you know, kind of people as well that are like, hey, you know, I'm in a bad relationship, you know, how do I get out of it, you know, whatever. But yeah, it usually stems back to the parenting or something that happened during your childhood, which is crazy. It is some crazy stuff. But yeah, like I think the weirdest one, well, not the weirdest one, but one of the more interesting things I found about it was that one person, this lady who was in a relationship, just broke up with her ex-husband. They didn't give you a whole lot of backstory, but more or less she's in a relationship now and she's just not happy, I guess, was the main thing. And she was talking about how her dad kind of babied her in a way, like, you know, would call her his princess and things like that, you know, and like even that positive, you know, kind of reinforcement too was like almost a bad thing because he babied her so much, I guess, or you know, he told her that he loved her so much that I guess she felt later on it didn't matter what other men in her life thought, that she knew she always had his love. Like it was some deep shit. I was like, what? I never even like thought about the psychology of that. But dude, yeah, it's some crazy shit. Crazy shit. And the dude's hilarious too. Like throughout the entire seminar, he's sitting there cussing and, you know, he's using the F word and calling. There's one scene that's it's like a little bonus credit after you watch the whole thing. It'll pull up another one, and it's talking about this mom and her daughter, and the whole deal is that the daughter has to like kind of almost she's very in charge. Like the mom is almost like a daughter in a way. Like she moms the mom in a way. Like she's like, hey, we're late, let's go, that kind of weird shit. And long story short, like the daughter was like, yeah, like I hate her because she's always making me late and like she's always, you know, holding me back is almost. And and the dude's like, yeah, give me a scenario, you know, give me some sort of insight of what you're talking about. And she's like, well, this morning, you know, we were late and to the seminar, and he's like, that fucking bitch. Like trying to, you know, crack up the crowd, I guess, or whatever. But it was funny. He's like, that whore, how dare she make you late, you know? he's a funny dude, and he's also very fucking weird too. Like the kind of shit he does every morning to, like, I guess hype himself up, or I guess get his routine going, is weird, man. He's got a buttload of money. He's living in Florida in this mega mansion, like right off the beach. I mean, literally his backyard you know, his grass backyard in Florida on the beach. If you can imagine that, and it drops right off into the ocean. Like the waves literally push up right onto his backyard. Like it's crazy. But, yeah, he's
I'm
got a
coming
shit ton
for
of money.
you, Austin.
Don't you do it? I'm almost there.
I'm coming for you.
But yeah, this dude, the psychologist or whatever, man, is just loaded. He's a weirdo too. I was trying to tell them a little bit, but yeah, he's got like these weird rituals he does every morning where he's like, you know, doing the different like choir warm-ups almost. I guess because he has to talk a lot. But he's like, no, 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 like doing shit like that every morning, listening to his motivational podcast or whatever the fuck it was. It was just an interesting thing. He's always jumping on trampolines, like mini trampolines. He's got one that he jumps on before the seminar, like some of them at home or whatever. Like, I don't know why. It's funny to me. He uses a mini trampoline. I don't know why, but it is the funny shits.
What the hell? I just started shooting people. Come out. Come outside and help me kill these guys.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I am not exactly sure how I want to go about it, but...
Go about what?
This whole thing with my dad.
Okay. Just take
Yeah,
it one day at a time, to be honest
point.
with you.
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? They kill you?
Quit it!
Oh, what the fuck? They're fucking trying to kill me and shit. Damn, they just busted a cap in your ass, dude. There's
I
like
know.
50 of these dudes.
Will you please invite me to your here? I'll record.
Yeah, I got you. Do you need to sell some cars? I need one more what's it called?
Well, we
Top
can,
range
You
car.
don't give me a top range. You can give me one of the. We can get rid of some of your mids or your low with me. And,
Okay.
I don't. It doesn't have to
Sounds
be
good.
top. You know. All right. I'm gonna play this for until Austin gets off. Red. And then I'll go to Final Fantasy if you're still on there. I don't.
Okay, I invited you to me business. What? I just picked up ammo. Is that dude chasing you? There's a dude chasing you.
Where?
Oh no, this is just some random dude. I thought this was you over here. I don't know why I thought this was you.
No, I got a suit on. Camel towing. That's funny.
Yeah, I always wanted to make a business called Camel Towing.
It'd be a tow company.
Hell yeah, towing company.
So Giuliani, if you ever need to talk, I'm here for you. You know, I can you know, help you with your issues. I'm pretty good at it. At least that's what some people tell me. Ooh, I want to drive this yellow car. This yellow car looks pretty nice. That can't be
What
top
is it?
end. It's this yellow.
Oh yeah. I think it's a mid-range. I'll give you that one.
All right, that one looks fun. I want to drive it.
It's a cool little Corvette, I think, or something.
It's not a. It's a Camaro.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Let's get to work.
We got the tracker. We got the clean.
That's some machine.
Yeah, these past few months, not like texting him and stuff. It's as weird as it sounds. Like it was almost like a chore before, like when I would text him and stuff, because he would always be like, "Hey, when do you want to hang out? When do you want to hang out?" And like at the time, I was juggling like school, you know, my girlfriend, my friends. That was probably the biggest thing, like trying to separate my time between all the people in my life, you know. So trying not to engage with him at that time was like almost like a nice thing. It was like, great, one less person I've got to juggle, you know. As sad as that sounds, like I don't want to say, oh, he's not a priority or whatever, but you know, at the time when this whole shit was going down and like I was like trying to soul search a little bit, it was kind of nice not having to, I guess, text him all the time, and you know, workout scheduling stuff with him as well. That was kind of nice, as sad as that sounds. And it's been like that since. And I mean, I don't want to say I'm getting used to it, but it's nice not having
New boots.
to juggle that as well. I don't know. Sounds weird saying it out loud, but I don't know. Cause like my biggest thing that's like stressful in my life is just like juggling shit, man. Like I feel like I have a whole bunch of bars, if you will, that represent, you know, time necessary to do all my shit that I need to do. And if I'm able to minimize the amount of, you know, bars or meters I have to juggle, it's like I don't know, it's makes it easier for me. If that makes sense. It's weird to say.
Well, you know, it's easy to get caught up in the here and now and forget about the important stuff.
Right. That is true. Tits are true. I'm really curious to see if he actually goes to
it's us against
Idaho.
them out there. We've put a lot into this deal, so let's get it done. Bring the cars to the
that's probably my
look
biggest
out for other organizations. That's it.
like,
Let's do this, people.
thing with my dad is like, I don't know when he's telling me the truth. And like, I mean, I hear stories all the time about, you know, my dad lying and shit. I see it for myself too, and it's just like I never know, because he can be a compulsive liar when he wants to.
Yes, he can.
So it's like I don't know what to believe out of his mouth, and you know, and then a lot of times too, like he's very convincing. So all his friends and stuff that he, you know, talks to, he can get his friends to tell me just about anything if he really wanted to. Like I found that out when his now ex-wife, his past wife that was an alcoholic, when she was going through this custody battle with her kids, you know, he's trying to get me to testify for you know, on behalf of his wife at the time. And at this point I knew she was an alcoholic, and he's trying to get me to testify and say that, you know, her ex-husband doesn't deserve custody. And I met the dude, you know. My dad tries to make him perceived to be this snake of a guy who's, you know, just trying to steal the kids from her. But I mean, now looking at it, you know, not being in that scenario, right, where I'm, you know, close to everyone related, you know, involved. But now looking at it, it's like, you know, the dude's not a bad guy. Shit, his ex-wife's an alcoholic, and he's got 2 kids that he loves, you know, and for fuck's sake, if she's driving a vehicle every day and she's drinking from 9 a.m. to, you know, 2 a.m. every day, yeah, I would probably not want my kids being in the car with that lady either. So, you know, like, that's just one example, but yeah, he's able to manipulate people to lie for him, and all, you know what I mean? So when people are texting me that are his friends that are saying, man, you need to hear him out, you know, he's not this bad guy, whatever, it's just like, I can't even believe them, because I know for a fact that he's already talked to them. And it is, you know, said, hey man, you know, can you do me a favor and talk to Austin for me, and, you know, tell him this or tell him that, and, you know, help him understand. You know, he just, I don't know, it's one big mind fuck for me, and that's why I'm saying, like, I never know what's the truth and what's not in any of these scenarios. Like, I don't know if I should listen to his mom, I don't know if I should listen to him, I don't know if I should listen to any other family member, because I don't know whose fucking side they're on. And I don't get me wrong, I want to listen to both sides, but at one point, it's almost like politics. I think I said that to you earlier. It's like I don't know who the fuck's telling the truth anymore.
Right.
You know? Fuck, man. It's a big old mind fuck.
Well, it's easy to get caught up in the here and now, like I said, and
shit, that might be my mantra.
And instead of getting caught up in the here and now, just say, okay, what can I see in my dad that I need to see in my dad? You know, I mean, probably there's no traction on this car whatsoever.
Yeah, no, it's a cool looking car. It's probably more like a show car.
It would have been until I drove it. What the hell, where'd it go?
Like, I guess, I don't know, for me, like, I'm a numbers guy, I guess. Like, I mean, I don't believe a lot of people unless they show me the evidence, right? The proof. Like that's how my mind works, at least. I don't know. So for someone to sit here and say, hey, you know, forgive me, I have to first fully understand what the fuck is going on and what the truth is, because I can't sit here and say, hey, I forgive you if I don't know exactly what the fuck you did. You know? So, like, that for me is probably the biggest barrier that's keeping me from talking to him, because I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what the fuck he did.
Going on the books, people.
And to be honest, I guess I don't really care. But at the same time, you know, she's not, his mom's not exactly telling me what the fuck happened that's making her so hostile towards him. And that makes me wonder, you know, what the fuck did this guy do?
My question to you is why don't you let them work their issues out and you just have that relationship with your dad and not base it on, oh, grandma said this or grandma said that? Because I know some people whose family members are not the, you know, they lie. Oh. You want to come? Oh, okay, I'll come get in your car then.
You want to just go make a line of people to beat the shit out of? Remember when we did that? We just like started picking up people and beating the shit out of them, taking them out their car. Where's your freaking, what's it called? I'll just take you to your business and we'll go from there.
No.
You got some cars to sell?
Yeah, but we got to go to here. I'll mark it.
But sorry, you were saying? Like, don't get caught up in the family's drama. Just worry about.
Just
what you think.
Well, you know what, because they're gonna have issues with each other.
Sure.
And I can't mark it.
Like, I guess my biggest worry about what went down with them, like, because I mean, my mind wonders what exactly happens between them, like what happened with them. And if I come to find out that, you know, for whatever reason that my dad is, you know, being abusive with his mom, like, I mean...
Oh, that's not okay. I agree with you. That's absolutely
that's what I'm saying,
not okay.
You know, like, that just changes my complete perception of the dude.
Was he really being abusive?
That's what I want to find out.
Or is your grandma just making some stuff up to hurt her son? Because that's...
I just can't picture why she would want to do that.
Well,
I mean, like, I mean, at least I'm coming from the point of view of, okay, this is her son, you know, and she's gonna do whatever she can to, you know, protect him, or, you know, whatever. Like, she's gonna love her son, right?
You would think,
I guess,
but
yeah.
Let me tell you that you know Wes and Tiffany, right?
Yeah.
Sage's parents?
Yeah. Sage? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Sage's parents. Yeah. Well, Tiffany's mom is a vindictive little and would do something like that. And that's why I say that.
Would
try and hurt Tiffany.
Like,
or try and hurt Cora. I mean, I don't know if you know these people, but...
Are we going to your warehouse, or are we going to your business?
Yeah, my warehouse.
Okay. Isn't it like, here, register as a CO. Let me see if it'll let us stay in the car. It should, yeah. Let's see. Your car games. Oh shit, we got somebody coming hot. They are in hot pursuit. Wait, who is that? Who's that other person? MK.
It's a friend of mine. I invited friends to it.
I see. Yeah, that dude was hauling ass towards us. I was like, oh fuck, we're about to get fucked up. Dude's got this, oh my god. On the map, it looked like a fucking tank or something.
I'm gonna invite him to chat. Yeah, I sent you an invite.
Okay. You were saying about Sage's parents.
Oh well, her mom is like that. Wants to hurt you. Wants to do bad things. I mean, she's not a bad person. She just doesn't want her kids to be happy because she's never been happy.
Really?
And so, and that's the way I see it. Is like there are people out there, and I've seen it, that want to hurt you and want to do bad things to you. And so, I don't know what his grandmother's like, but I mean, your grandmother's like, but you know.
That's something else. What do you mean? Like she wants to hurt the kids? Like she's not like
All right,
abusive,
girl.
is
I'll
she?
talk
Or
to you
is it
later.
like
Have
some
a good
other
night's
shit?
sleep. Well, not
Is it just,
physically
like,
abusive.
vindictive?
No, she's like mentally
Like
abusive.
passive? Oh, okay.
Wants to play games with
Like
your
some-
head. MK, did you accept my business, my CEO invite? I can't hear you.
Ooh, that was beautiful. Did you see that? Oh, damn nice.
How's that?
Sweet.
Yeah, that's
curry.
better. I can actually hear you. Here, I'll go in here and
Some cheetah. I think I was
Oh,
messing
yeah,
around
you
on this
invited.
earlier.
Alright.
Holy shitty but kitty, you got a lot of cars, dude.
Do I?
Yeah, I mean, you got a good chunk. I want to fill up my garage one day and just fucking stockpile that shit.
I was thinking about it, but yeah, I got a few cars.
Takes so fucking long.
Especially when I'm about to sell
Shit.
3 of them.
Yeah, boy. Got a Banshee, got a Sultan. What is this? This is an FMJ. It's what is that?
I guess I'll invite you, MK, to the
I'm already here.
Got the
Oh.
X80.
Yeah, I just stole that one.
Got this Cheeto. Damn Cheeto.
Hey, before you
cheater.
start it, have Neon come out here.
But yeah, I want to.
Neon.
I want to investigate a little
car.
more on that and see. What were you saying?
He wants you to go out to your car.
Go out to my car? Oh shit, he's gonna blow it up or some shit.
I have him unmuted, by the way. You can unmute
Shit.
him
Let's
if
see
you
what we
don't
do
know.
Oh,
here. What is he like?
do you have
fucking
MK
my car?
muted?
No.
Maybe y'all's net types aren't good.
Oh, I do. Sorry, I guess it was from the last one. Hello.
Hello, look at your car.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Is it like bombs all over it or some shit? Ah, the old hump and dump. I like. We're doing the old doggy pile. Alright, everyone hop on. Let's do this.
I thought I did a nice parking job.
Sick. 420. Oh, I'm level 100. Fuck yeah, dude.
I want to be a level 100.
Deep.
I got this Patrick Gaming and More telling me that
Do
he
what?
subscribed to me, and I wanted me to subscribe to him. I don't think he subscribed
Sub
it to
for
me.
sub.
Yep. If I have 13 more subscription or sub,
Let me see.
I'll think
I got
about it.
your, I got your back, dude. I got your back. Let's see what we got here. Nah, dude. Still got 12, man. Don't let
So
him fuck with you,
he
man.
didn't do it. And I'm not gonna do it neither.
You little lying piece of shit.
Oh, I do have. I have 4 top ends. What do you want to?
Dude, I'm good with whatever.
I want this one to go away. We're gonna get rid of that top
The
end.
cheetah?
And you want to drive the cheetah?
Ooh.
No, I was looking at seeing him standing on the cheetah.
Alright, well then one of y'all are gonna get the cheetah. And when are y'all gonna get the
70?
70?
That Zentona, is that a mid-range? I guess technically.
Zantona,
It's
no,
like a
that's the top.
purple?
That's the top end.
Is this a top?
Yeah.
Nice.
I have a whole bunch of top
It's like
ends
a
apparently. I have
purple
more.
and green.
I have 2 more. No, I have 3 more for the next time we decide to go. We decided. I had 6 top end cars in here.
Hell yeah.
So the next time we decide if we want to do it one more time after this, you know, we could always go steal some, break off for a little bit. And,
Fuck each other.
no, go steal cars.
Oh, right, yeah. No, yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Alright, give me a second. Sorry guys, I've got somebody.
Trying to buck you?
Yeah.
Somebody trying to buck you? I wonder if you could put cars up here. Like if they throw the cars up on top of this shit when you got more. I'm assuming they probably would. So much fucking space in here. How many cars can this hold? Probably like 40, right?
It's 40.
Yeah. It's a big old bitch.
Yeah. I kind of want to steal a whole bunch of cars and do what you said, fill them all up. But
I do too. I just want to see where they all go. Is that weird? I just want to see where they put them, so we can look at them all. But yeah, I heard, yeah, like you were telling me, if you fill it all up except for like a few, you could just get a bunch of top ranges. So I guess you do get like all the lower level ones, like the mid range and like the other ones, and then just do or just get top range at that point. Is that how that works?
Yeah, I don't know how that works. I just know that the more cars you have in your thing, the more money you make.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How does that work? They give you like a bigger percentage or something?
I don't know, but right now I'm about to make 375,000.
Right.
But that's because
you eat pussy.
what the hell? That was one of the weirdest freaking hoods I've ever seen.
You too. Orange. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, if I find out somehow that, you know, that was the case for that whole scenario, that would definitely, you know, change my opinion on the dude.
Alright.
So I kind of want to get into that a little deeper, but at the same time, like, I'm just like, do I want to dig into this more? Do I, you know, do I want to get into this drama? But I guess if I don't figure it out, it's going to eat away at me more, right?
No one stop. No one stop what? What am I stopping? Stop broadcasting?
Okay, you've done the hard part. Now deliver those goods undamaged, and we'll get paid in full.
Ooh, fuck. Yeah, this thing is not good on dirt, I'm gonna tell you. Holy shit. I'm gonna take take another path here. Oh yeah, I got the guys after me. Ooh, shit. They're shooting my shit up.
Alright, okay, you're gonna have to get out of the way.
I was trying to keep from messing up the car. Oh, Jesus.
That was close, right?
Fuck. Are you kidding me? That's
Are you
not too
destroying my car again?
bad. Yeah. Not
That's
on
alright.
purpose. Asshole just pulled out right in front of me. You see?
Damn AI.
I'm almost like, I'm almost wanting to, oh son of a bitch. I'm almost wanting to like talk to Aunt Shanna, I think, because from what I remember, I think they were together in this whole scenario. Like Aunt Shanna and Grandma Sue, I think were all together in this trip, or this story that she was telling me about.
Son of a bitch.
Or no, she called, I guess my dad called Shanna. Yeah, my dad called Shanna because of something. But, yeah. I don't know, maybe she'll know something about it. I'm sure that Grandma Sue probably told her something. Yeah, dude, that documentary would make you think about some shit you hadn't thought about in a minute. It's a mind fuck and a half. Ooh.
I can't wait till I hit 100.
Level
I want
100.
that turbo sound.
Turbo? What are you talking about?
You can get a turbo upgrade in your cars now. That you're
Like,
100.
oh, the full turbo or something?
I mean, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I feel like I've had that for a while.
Since 90. I'm sorry.
Oh, 90, okay. I know there's I just unlocked 100% armor now, and that big machine gun thing, the like hand machine gun, I think that was level 100. So that would be cool. I should go spend some fucking money and get that. Although I don't have quite $1 million yet, so maybe I shouldn't.
I don't have $1 million yet either.
Which is strange, because I just had over $1 million last time I played, but I guess I had a little spending spree. Oh, that's right, I bought that car. That 4x4 thing. I think it's a 6x6, yeah. Man, I took a long-ass route, and I'm almost catching up with y'all niggas.
You ain't catching up with me, you might be catching up with MK. Oh god, that hurt. That went the hood.
I bet, huh? Yeah. I can go up this hill. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, that took off a lot of time. Holy shit, yeah. Oh my god, fuck that path. I just found a way better path.
See you later.
Later, MK.
Sorry.
What happened?
I'm trying not to wreck it.
What were you saying, Matt?
How Red said that he was going to sleep.
Oh, he's trying to make the poopy poops. Gonna make some good commission off this motherfucker. Go pick this dude up. Oh shit.
Oh, you just oh man.
He came out of
You did that
fucking
on
nowhere. I
You
swear to
did
God
that
I
on
didn't.
purpose.
Turned the corner and all of a sudden there you were.
You ruined
Oh my
my perfect record.
Oh.
I did the most damage.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
How much did that do?
117.
That's going on the books, people. Car sold, well done.
$117, that's not bad. I thought it was like, oh, what the fuck? Did you see that, Matt? He just like jumped on the bitch. That was cool.
Nice bike.
Pow. Ow. I'm over here like, pow, pow, pow. Pow, pow. Bang, bang.
Alright, let's go back to the house. Into the shop.
Got a Hummer. You got a Hummer. Don't hit me.
Man, I cannot believe he messed up my perfect record. Damn.
Ooh. Yachty. Hi, puppy.
Will you make a waypoint to the back to the my warehouse for the cars? Oh no, we can't do that. I gotta go to my business.
You gotta go to your business.
Yeah, we got 25-minute cooldown on the sell a car.
You're gonna grant on the Hummer.
How many did you sell? 3 or 4? 3?
I just sold 3.
3.
So it should be 45-minute cooldown.
Really?
Yeah, because for every car it's 15 minutes.
What'd you do to get the cops?
I stole this car. You know what? I'm sorry, but you're on my damn nerve.
Who is?
The police means.
Stop shooting me! No.
Alright, I'm gonna stop broadcasting.